There are 7 Nasdaq 100 covered call ETFs that you could be buying today. And we're going to be breaking these down and ranking them to see which ones are the best. Now, one of the ETFs has had a 28% total return in the last year. One has over 17% yield. And some of them are very tax efficient using 1256 contracts and ROC. But not all of these are the same and they each have different strategies. So we're going to be breaking down these 7 and seeing which one could be the one you may want to add to your portfolio.
This video is purely educational content. It should not be considered personal finance advice. I'm not a licensed financial advisor and I don't know your financial situation, risk tolerance, or even investment goals. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results, and always do your own research and consider consulting with a qualified financial professional before making any investment. Alright, let's get on to the video.
Hey guys, my name is Steve and I run the Frugal Expat website where we try to help people to save more and invest better. And today we are ranking the top 7 cover call ETFs of the Nasdaq 100. And we're going to be breaking them down by a couple different criteria. So we're going to be breaking these ETFs down by 5 different categories, giving them a score out of 25. We're going to be breaking them down by yield, tax efficiency, NAV preservation. We're going to be looking at the total return and the sophistication of each strategy. So, of course, we like these because of yield. We also want to see our portfolios grow, so total return is good, NAV preservation is good, and of course, if you have this in a taxable account, tax efficiency makes sense. And then we're going to be talking about how sophisticated these strategies are, because some are easy, some are hard, and some could be a little dynamic. So we're going to be breaking these down, and you know, maybe the one you really like may not be in the top 5. Maybe the one you really like is number 1. So let's get to it. And if you think that maybe I got it wrong, leave it in the comments. Maybe if you think there is a better one out there, leave it in the comments. Let's discuss and have a conversation. All right. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and let's get to that top 7, starting with number 7. Our number 7 ETF on the list is going to be QYLD, which is the Global X Nasdaq 100 cover call ETF. Now, it's got a yield of anywhere between 11 to 12% with an expense ratio of 0.60%, meaning it costs $60 for every $10,000 invested. Now, QYLD is number 7 on this list, so it's the bottom of the list. And it's been around since 2013, so it's one of those very old OGs. And the problem with this one is it's got a different strategy. So it sells 100% of its portfolio at the money cover calls. So that means if the price is sitting at either $100 or maybe even $200, so it's selling a cover call at basically the same price as the price of the share. So if Apple is at $200, it's selling cover calls at $200. And so it's trying to maximize those premiums, but in essence, I mean, the yield's not actually that high. You can get better yield with other ETFs on this list. Now, the 1-year total performance is sitting around 14%, so it's not the highest. It's selling 100% of its portfolio, and so you're having a huge capped upside. All the premium is coming out as ordinary income, so it's not very tax efficient. A lower yield, a lower total performance, high expense ratio, and this may not be the best one on this, and that's why it's ranked number 7. Our next ETF, number 6, will be QQQI. Now, QQQI is the ProShares Nasdaq 100 High Income ETF. And this ETF is a 0 DTE ETF. So what it's doing is selling some cover calls 0 days to expiration. And so it's going to be selling them out of the money the morning of and closing them out later on in the day, trying to maximize that premium. With this ETF, you're getting about a 10.36% yield. You are getting a total return of a little bit over 25%. Now with this ETF, it is using swaps instead of doing just plain up cover calls. And so some of these swaps are going to be very tax inefficient instead of tax efficient. You're getting a good total return over 25%. The yield is moderate, sitting at about 10.36%, so it's not as good as like a TDAC. And so you're getting an okay ETF. I mean, it's moderate. It's got a different strategy with the 0 DTE. It's been around since March of 2025, and so it's been around for a good year. And this ETF could be a one to add your portfolio. It could be. but it's tax inefficient. It's got a pretty good total return and an okay yield. So take it as you want, and if you want this, you know where to buy it, and this could be added to your portfolio. All right, number 5 is going to be QYLG, which is the Global X Nasdaq 100 Cover Call and Growth ETF. Now, this ETF is a little bit different than QYLD, so they were trying to make this one basically the better version of QYLD. So let's get some numbers. So with this one, you're getting about 17.31% yield. Very good. Total return for the 1 year is 24.44%. Very good. It's selling about 50% of its portfolio, so it's allowing 50% of its portfolio to be uncapped. So you're getting some good growth and you're also getting some good income. So the good thing about this is it's selling about 50% of its portfolio at the money covered calls. So you're getting good premium. It's allowing 50% to grow. And so you're also getting some good growth. And so with this one, it is a pretty good one, even at number 5. The only problem with this one would be the tax efficiency of this one. So with this one, there is no 1256 contracts. There is some tax drag with this. And so it may have a great yield. It may have a great total return. It may have a pretty good strategy, but the problem is that tax efficiency. You're gonna find better tax efficiency with other ETFs, and so that's why it sits at number 5. Now, number 4 is gonna be JEPQ, which is the JP Morgan Nasdaq 100 Premium Income ETF. JEPQ has a yield about 10.84%. It's got an expense ratio of 0.35%, meaning it costs about $35 for every $10,000 invested. The total return for 1 year is 23.95%. Now, this one is an OG. It's been around for at least 3 years, so it's been around for a pretty good long time. It's got about $30 to $35 billion in assets under the management. It's held by a great company with JP Morgan, and so this one's got a lot of good things going with it. It actively manages selling covered calls. It's got a 5-star rating with Morningstar, and it sells them using ELNs, which is equity linked notes. Now, these ELNs allow them to do different strategies, buy and sell throughout the day, and to kind of do some interesting strategies. But the bad part about ELNs is all the premiums taxed coming from JEPQ is taxed at the ordinary rate. Now, ordinary rate means more taxes and less tax efficient. So that is a big problem with JEPQ. Now, it is been around way longer than QYLG, but with this, it also has the same tax treatment. So if you were to have a choice between QLYG and JEPQ, now if you wanted the OG, JEPQ would be the OG. You'd stick with that. If you wanted more yield, QYLG would be the one. So that's why they're kind of 4 and 5, is because one has been around longer, the other one hasn't been around as long, but it's got a better yield. So that's a good choice to make between the two. All right, let's get on to number 3, because number 3 is more tax efficient. If you like this income from covered calls, maybe you're looking for another income source. A lot of people look at stocks, bonds, crypto, real estate, but one place you could look at is starting your own business. Now, I own a business myself, but I started my own Walmart WFS store, and this way I can have not only one source of income, but I have 2 sources. But the cool thing is I'm not spending 40 hours doing this. I'm having another company run it for me. And this comes to today's sponsor, which is Limits Express. Limits Express is a all-in-one company helping people to run their Amazon FBA stores and Walmart WFS stores. Now, what they do is they help supply these supplies. They help ship out to Walmart and Amazon, and they run it and make sure you making profit. Because if you're not making profit, they're not getting paid. So they want you to be successful. Now, what they need is, of course, funding. So the more money that comes in, the better prices they can get on wholesale products like Colgate, Dove soap, and even Nike socks. So if you're looking for a way to have extra income and you have some capital to invest into this, you could start one of these stores with Limits Express. I'm going to leave a link in my description and a link in my pinned comments. And there's also a QR code right here for you guys to scan, and you guys can give a call to Kyle, one of the co-founders, and have a 30-minute call on how you guys can set up your own store and then let them run it, and all you do is reap the benefits. How cool is that? Well, take a look at the links down below and this QR code right here, and make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and let's get back to the video. Number 3 is going to be TDAQ, which is the Tap Alpha Innovation 100 Growth in Income ETF. Now, this ETF tracks the QQQ, which is the Nasdaq 100. It sells 0 DTE cover calls on QQQ. Now, with this ETF, you're going to get a 17.37% yield, which is pretty good. Now, since its inception, which was in September 2025, the total return has been 6.15, so it's not very high at all, but this one does have the potential to be very good. Now, it sells, like I said, 0 DTE, which means it sells 0 days to expiration. So it sells the cover calls on early in the morning and closes them out later in the day to kind of get some of that theta decay to go on, and it collects a premium from that. Now, it's got a very high yield of 17.37%, which beats IQQQ. It also does a 1256 contracts and returns ROC, which is the return of capital to someone. And with the 1256 contracts, the ROC, it makes it very tax efficient. Now, the total return is not where some of the others should be, but as we have seen with IQQQ, if it has a total year, it's going to have a pretty good total return overall. And so that's why we ranked it at number 3. Now, number 3 is going to have a great yield, 17.37. A potential of a good total return. It's got very tax efficient. It's got a great strategy with the 0 DTE. And so TDAQ, if you are looking for the future, TDAQ would be one of the best ones out there tracking the Nasdaq 100. And that's why we ranked it at number 3. Number 2 on the list is going to be gpiq, which is the Goldman Sachs Nasdaq 100 Premium Income ETF. This ETF has a total return of over 28%. It's got a yield about 10.31%, and it ranges from about 9.8 all the way up to 11%, just depending on how the market does. Now, with gpiq, it does 1256 contracts, and so you're going to get ROC, you're going to get the 60% long-term capital gains and the 40% short-term capital gains. So it means it's more tax efficient. Now, it's got the best total return on this list. It's also got the best expense ratio, 0.29%, meaning it costs about $29 for every $10,000 invested. And the great thing about gpiq, it's got a dynamic strategy, a dynamic cover call strategy. So it's selling anywhere between 25 to 75% of its portfolio. And so that means sometimes they'll do 25%, sometimes they'll do all the way up to 75%. It's allowing the rest of the portfolio to grow, and so you don't need the entire income. That's why you have that 10.3% yield, but you also have a massive total return. It's got these flex strategies going on with it. Now, some people are going to say that it does some at the money, so it's going to do mostly out of the money cover calls, but sometimes it may do at the money cover calls depending on these flex strategies. Now, the reason that it's ranked so high is because it's got a great strategy, it's got a great total return, it's got a pretty good yield, a good expense ratio, and it's probably one of the better ones on here, and it's very tax efficient. There's no NAV erosion, so this one could be a great one to put in your portfolio. Now, it's not number 1 because we have one more ETF to get to the end. Our last ETF on this list is QQQI, and QQQI is the NEOS Nasdaq 100 High Income ETF. Now, this is like the complete package of all of these things together. Now, in 2025, it was ranked the number 1 actively managed ETF on the market. It won the award for that. Now, it does have an expense ratio of 0.68%, but with this expense ratio, it does give you some great things altogether. So it's got a yield of anywhere between 14 to 15%. So good yield. The total return is over 25% for the 1 year. It's got very tax efficient because it uses ROC. It also uses 1256 contracts, meaning that 60% is capital gains, 40% is short-term capital gains, but it does return your capital, meaning that your cost basis will come down. But it's got some pretty good NAV appreciation, so this is a great one to buy and hold for the long term. Now, with this ETF, it has a better yield than gpiq and jepq and some others on this list. It is more tax efficient than jepq. It's got a better total return than jepq, and with this one, it is a great one that you can buy and hold for the long term. Now, it's with a great company as in NEOS, and so you're getting a great company that's continuing to make better and better ETFs. You're getting a great yield, total return, very good tax efficiency, and some good NAV. And so this one could be a great one to buy and hold in your portfolio. If I had to pick just one Nasdaq 100 ETF to buy and hold for a long time, it would be QQQI. If I had to pick two, it would be QQQI and gpiq. If I had to pick three, TDAC would be on that list. Now, I'm not just being biased. Well, it's just these are the ones that I really like. And the cool thing is they ranked top 3 on my list because they have great yield, they have great total returns, and they also have great tax efficiency. And so that's a good news if you hold these in your taxable accounts and you want some of that monthly income for your future. We just broke down the top 7 Nasdaq 100 covered call ETFs, with QQQI being number 1, gpiq being number 2, TDAC being number 3, jepq being number 4, QYLG being number 5, IQQQ being number 6, and QYLD being number 7. Now, let me know in the comments if you agree with these top 7 ones, if you think I should have one over another, or if you have some other Nasdaq 100 ETFs I may have forgotten. And if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and check out our video on some of the best covered call ETFs right up here. All right, and I'll see you guys in our next video.